Hello again, I'm Stan Boney.
And I'm Alexis Walters. Last night, WKBN told you the story of Chris and Gina Crilly of Lowellville. Both were critical of the decision of the superintendent and the school board to go with remote learning online for the first 9 weeks of school.
Today, the Crillys heard from the school board's lawyer demanding they stop what he called false and defamatory statements and threatened to file a lawsuit if they didn't. I talked yesterday with Chris and Gina Crilly, parents of 2 students in the Lowellville schools, about why they were critical of the Lowellville School Board's decision to go with remote learning only for the first 9 weeks.
What we want is transparency. We want to have the choice in order to send our children back to school.
Today, the Crillys provided me with a letter from Thomas Holmes of Solon, lawyer for the Lowellville School District. Holmes wrote, quote, "Both of you recently made various false and defamatory statements about the district and its employees. Both of you are hereby directed to immediately cease and desist from making any further false and/or defamatory statements. Failure to do so will result in the district filing a civil lawsuit against both of you for defamation." The Crillys said the decision was made by the school board on Monday without the community's input.
And that makes us wonder, and others in the community, what's really going on and what are the real issues here. And just from the outside view looking in and speaking to multiple school board members and the superintendent, I don't believe the board or the superintendent was prepared to put a plan in place.
In an email response to questions from me today, Attorney Holmes agreed the Crillys have a First Amendment right to criticize the board and its members, but he said they do not have the right to make false and defamatory statements. Among the statements the attorney claims they made were that the board violated the Open Meetings Act, that the board did not receive any input from anyone, and that the board and administration were not transparent in their decisions. Also, that the teachers are holding the board and the administration hostage. At a meeting last night in the Springfield schools, Superintendent Tom Yazvac recalled a conversation with Lowellville Superintendent Dr. Eugene Thomas about why Lowellville decided on going strictly remote.
What he's explained to me, Dr. Thomas said that he needs to go full remote because he didn't have the staff to cover his classrooms. He had 25% of the staff looking to get medical documentation to not come back to the classroom, and he couldn't find subs to fill in.
Now, late this afternoon, the Crillys issued a statement which read in part, "The cease and desist letter came as a shock to us. It is disappointing our First Amendment rights are trying to be silenced, especially when the claims by the district's attorney are false."